from one
I'm kidding,
degenerate
of course.
gambler to another, I have been losing my butt on this World Cup as well. I bet over, it goes under. I bet under, it's somehow a 6-1 score all of a sudden. I
Oh yeah,
cannot figure it out.
you and everybody else. No,
Well,
I don't know. I haven't met one person who's making money betting the World Cup. I haven't met
same.
seriously. I haven't met one. Not one.
Same. But there's so many people that play it. Like, I don't know if you're still out in Vegas, but last time I was out in Vegas, I was just blown away by how many people play live soccer.
Well, okay. Full disclosure, full transparency. I don't watch one iota of soccer unless it's the World Cup or
Same.
the Olympics.
Same here.
So, but I think that I'm the majority, right?
Right.
And so it only comes around once every 4 years. So when it does, and the excitement, and you're watching it, you want to gamble on it. And so I think that's what happened. You know.
But at least you've watched more, and now you got France Morocco coming up tomorrow.
Yeah, let's make our money back.
You
got
to make your money back.
Come
I mean,
on.
who you taking France Morocco?
Oh man, really? After the doom and gloom I just shared with you, you want to know? You want to
Yes.
know?
You got to get back up on that horse, young lady. Come on now. You can't give up.
I think Mbappe is, well, a few things. Number one, I think with the performance today from Messi, I think he wins the Golden Foot trophy.
Okay.
But Mbappe, I think, has been absolutely tremendous. England was really good enough to shut him down. The last match, I don't think he gets shut down 2 matches in a row. I think he's too good. So I like France advancing, but that's minus 190. Do you want to lay $190 down to win 100? I don't know. I think the play is the under, and I would go under 2.5 goals because Morocco's, obviously, their defense has just been tremendous. But I want to say that's, I mean, you're putting some big coin down there as well. If you could play, I don't know, if you could play a parlay where you've got France advancing and the under at 2.5, I don't know, maybe around like plus 110 or plus 120. I think that would be a solid parlay bet to roll with for tomorrow.
What do you think of the NFL last night? I mean, I know we love having you on talking World Cup soccer all the time.
He loves Mac Jones, though.
What did you think of the game last night? What do you think of the Patriots, just their offense in general? What are your thoughts when you watch it?
All right, well, a lot more doom and gloom. My best bet last night was Murray over 36.5 rushing yards.
Oh, my gosh.
That went in the toilet quickly.
Oh, man.
Right? And then my second best bet was Stevenson over 32.5 receiving yards because he's had 25% of the target share all season long, and with Jacoby Myers out, that target share had to at least go up by 30%.
Mm-hmm.
He gets knocked out of the game. I turned it off. I was like, forget about it. I lost money. I just I'm gonna go watch the Lotus or whatever. What's that show? What is it?
Yeah.
White Lotus. Yeah, I picked up on White Lotus last night. I was like, forget about it. But here's what my problem is, okay, with the Patriots, and that is, we've so many people have appointed Bill Belichick as the greatest coach of ever. Okay, why do you hire a defensive coordinator to call your offensive game plan?
Yeah.
Calls like I with all due respect, I think the system that is in place is damaging and ruining Mac Jones. You guys know I'm a huge Mac Jones fan.
Yep.
Like, what the hell are they doing? Like, I just don't. I get it that Bill's loyal, and he's loyal to a fault, and I think this is a fault. Like, and I know that Matt Patricia was once the offensive line coach. I get it, but this is just a bad call, and I think you've just wasted a year of Mac Jones on his rookie deal, big time, because that Patriots defense is top 5 in the NFL. And I feel offensively, with this offensive game plan that they're running, I think it's crap. And really, I just think it's really bad.
All right, let's go to the NFC East. I mean, there's the Eagles. Cowboys look terrible against the Texans. But what do you think about the Commanders and the Giants that are tied now at 7-5 and have to face each other coming up?
Yeah, well, a few things. Number one, I was surprised that this game wasn't flexed, but then I was notified that pretty much the winner of this game is going to make it to the playoffs.
Right.
Even though we still have, five weeks left, chances are, that's how much, the implications that this game has. More than likely, the winner of this game will be that seventh wild card. So this is a really, really important game. I think it comes down to Saquon Barkley. He only had 20 touches last game. He didn't play a lot because he's dealing with a neck injury. But I think this is the game where you need to unleash the beast again. This offense runs, it begins and ends with Saquon Barkley. He's the straw that stirs the drink. He is the elixir. And so I'm expecting they're going to have a big game from Saquon Barkley because that's really what fuels this offense. They get Leo Williams back. I think they're hoping to get Adoree Jackson back, which will be huge for them on the defensive side. I do like the Giants here. I like the Giants. I like the Giants getting the points. I think it's going to be a close game. But again, just stay on top of the reports in regard to Saquon Barkley. If all the reports out of practice this week is that he's healthy and he's playing and he's taking snaps and he's not limited at practice, then I think Giants win outright.
What was your take on the Dallas comeback against the Houston Texans and then them going out and getting T.Y. Hilton, basically hours after?
Yeah, so a few things. Number one, I think Dallas went in and totally underestimated Houston, right? Number two, I'm not a Mike McCarthy fan to begin with. I think that the goal line stand with that defense, along with Dak Prescott engineering a 98-yard touchdown score to win the game, I think really could do wonders for this team moving forward. You're disappointed. They underestimate Houston, yes. I think Houston coming in with the dual quarterback offense philosophy, I think threw their defense off. I think that was really, 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 really smart on their part. But I think that game against Houston and how they were able to rally back both on the offense and defensive side of the ball, I think is one of those games that can really bring a team together and catapult that team moving forward into something really special. So I think that Dallas could use that as a positive more so than a negative.
Is the NFC the Eagles to lose?
Oh, the Eagles are just ridiculous. I mean, they really are. You saw it last week against the Giants, and I know you're probably saying, well, it's the Giants, Anita. What do they have? Yeah, it's the Giants, but it's a division opponent. And, this team is playing really well, and they're really responding to Brian Dable and Kafka and Wink Martindale. And, it wasn't just that the Eagles came in and beat the Giants. We were all expecting that, right? It's just the way that they beat them. You know what I mean? It was really impressive. I mean, it was a beat. It was men amongst boys. It was a complete and utter, beat down from offense to defense to special teams. I think the road to Glendale is going to go through Philadelphia out of the NFC, and I think the road to Glendale is going to go through Orchard Park and Buffalo. And I think it's going to be really hard to win in those two cities, at those two stadiums, especially with the Buffalo Bills and their defense getting healthier, and Philadelphia really, I don't know, and I think you guys do know this because I've been on with you for several years. You know how much I love the draft.
Oh,
and
yeah.
if you recall, I told you I felt that Jordan Davis was one of the best players coming out, let alone best defensive player coming out last year. When Jordan Davis went down, teams were averaging over 6 yards per carry against the Eagles. Prior to him getting injured, they were only averaging 3.5. So what did Howie do, general manager of the Philadelphia Eagles? He went out, he brought in Linval Joseph, he brought in Sue, he went out and he got Robert Quinn, and he bolstered that offensive line. Now they're back to stopping the run. I mean, holding Derrick Henry to 30 rushing yards is pretty significant. I know Saquon Barkley didn't play as many snaps as he usually does, but still, he had a tough time running the football. I want to say he averaged 3.7 yards per carry. And again, the short amount of touches that he had. So, it's just this is just an Eagles team. They are in it to win it this year. If one area of their offense or defense falls by the wayside, Howie's out there making money moves and bringing guys in. And now, because Jordan Davis went down and had that injury, now their defensive line is even better than it was at the start of the season. Their offensive line is one of the best in the NFL, and at the end of the day, that's where it's won, right? It's offense and defensive lines. It's Jalen Hurts, playing such exceptional football, better than I even thought he would play. The biggest thing for the Eagles is, can they stay healthy? Can A.J. Brown stay healthy? Can Miles Sanders? They stay healthy. Man, can you guys imagine a Bills-Eagles Super Bowl? How fantastic would that be?
I'll take the over.
Be a great game.
The Jets were in Buffalo last week. They lost by 8, 20-12. Old Mike White took some shots. He's got some bruised ribs. Does look like he will be playing. They're probably going to shoot him up with some Toradol or something like that. They're going to be home against the Lions, home against Jacksonville. Both teams are playing pretty hot right now. At Seattle, at Miami, both teams are kind of dipping to where they started. What do you think those last 4 games, do the Jets have enough to put some wins together to actually make the playoffs?
It's interesting. I was asked this question yesterday on an MSG show that I do, and I just, again, I think the Giants are on the inside looking out. They still, right now, today, if the season was in today, the Giants are in that 7th spot. And like I said, if they beat Washington, they've got an 82% chance of making it to the postseason. So if I had to wager on one of the New York teams making it to the postseason, I'd put my money on the Giants, to be quite frank. This Jets defense is ridiculous. They're so good. This Jets team is better than I absolutely even imagined this season, that's for sure. I just, offensively, like you said, Mike White just got demolished. I mean, he just got destroyed last week. I don't know. Let me tell you something. I love this Lions team. As good as the Jets defense is, this Lions offense and Jared Goff has been incredible. He's averaging 300 passing yards a game. Jameson Williams now is active. He started the season on IR because of his injury in college. So now you add him to the mix, to this explosive offense with St. Brown and Swift and Williams and Reynolds. And so I think the Lions-Jets game is the premier game. I think it's the best game on the slate this coming week. One of the best, most explosive offense in the NFL going up against one of the best defenses in the NFL. I think it's going to be fun. But the Jets are outside looking in. And I think that there's a number of teams out there that I think are going to do better than them down the stretch. Unfortunately, and I'll be really impressed if Mike White comes out and plays well this week, especially after the beating he took. That's for sure.
Anita, good to have you back on. Are you back from Vegas?
I am. Can you not hear the sounds of the city? I'm walking through New York City while I'm talking to you.
I thought I heard your dogs barking.
I heard some of the babies, yeah.
Were they barking?
Guys, always great to be on with you. I've missed being on with you guys, so thanks for having me. If I don't talk to you guys, have a fantastic holiday, okay?
All right, you too. Thank you, Anita.
Thank you.
You got it. Bye-bye.
All right, we'll come back. We'll do Dibbles and Bits next. Live from Chick-fil-A on Queen Street. It's Rob and Ben and Kurt on the ones and twos.